Good day, everyone. My name is Bogalo, and with me once again is.
Mechalomaniac, the very smart and very strong Packlid.
Yep. And with that, we are here once again to do Let's Play Star Trek Online. And this week, last week we saved time and space from the Dividians. So this week we are going to actually get back to one of the other plot threads that we had going on in this first bit of story.
We're gonna stop them damn dirty Russians. I mean Klingons.
The Klingons weren't the Russians.
They totally were the Russians.
The Romulans were the Russians.
No, the Romulans were the Chinese. The Klingons were the Russians.
They even had a cold war with the Romulans.
They had a cold war with the Klingons.
Well, they had an open war with the Klingons.
Okay, does that make Klingons Vietnam?
That doesn't sound quite right. No.
Okay, let's analyze. Okay, so wait, if Romulans were the Russians, does that make the Borg like the scary advance of corporate technology?
I think the Borg are supposed to be space aliens.
I think they're supposed to be zombies.
That too. Zombie aliens.
So I'm at the Korvat system, which is where we're going today.
Yeah. In a mission appropriately called the Ultimate Klingon. I wonder what that could mean.
They're going to give a Klingon superpowers.
Oh no!
By splicing him with Kryptonian DNA. Fun fact, back in the 90s, DC actually did publish the Star Trek comics, though as far as I know, there was no actual crossover with the main DC superhero universe. Because that would be goofy, like crossing them over with Transformers or something.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that hasn't happened yet either.
Okay, like crossing them over with X-Men, which actually did happen.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Twice.
Yeah.
I'm convinced the first time was just so they could make the "Hello, Dr. McCoy," where Beast and Bones both turn around going, "What?"
Yeah, that actually sounds about right. And that is definitely stranger than the Star Trek and Doctor Who crossover that IDW is doing or has done.
It's done. It was I think it a couple months ago. I still need to read it.
I kind of should pick that up at some point.
You should.
That sounds
it's supposed to be pretty good.
Sounds dumb enough to.
Well, it has
the
Doctor and the Enterprise crew facing their two most powerful nemesis, the Borg and the Cybermen, which are basically the Borg.
It's basically the same thing.
Or I should say the Borg are basically the Cybermen because the Cybermen predate the Borg by about 20 years.
Yeah.
So, there's Gorn here.
Yeah, we need to blow them up because they're disrupting. They're being bad people.
They are.
Or bad lizards, I guess. Because they're not really people.
Just like the Silurians from Doctor Who. That's getting more obscure. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Because I don't watch Doctor Who.
That's okay. Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, like those people who watch Doctor Who.
Amazingly enough, BBC America runs both Doctor Who, obviously, and Star Trek's Next Generation because it has a British actor playing a French captain on an American TV series, I guess.
So that thing you're shooting at, you don't want to be shooting beams at.
Good point. Sadly for me, I have absolutely nothing but beams right now.
Oh, you.
Do you have something other than beams?
Yeah, I've still got torpedoes.
Good. You shoot that thing then. And yet you're shooting beams at it too.
Well, torpedoes need time to cool down.
Oh, we're still doing 1 damage. Yeah, I basically completely forgot these things existed.
Well, yeah, that's fair enough because they are a pain.
Well, with luck, after this mission, we should have enough experience to get our next ship, and then I will put torpedoes back on. If nothing else, I can distract them.
Well, yes,
And
but like
heal you.
the damage they deal from like this is a lot less than if you just shot them.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll just heal you. Except I can't
Okay.
heal your hull. Apparently that's me only.
Oh, well, that's okay. Anyway, we got some more. Got another patrol over here.
I have one of those scanning mini games
Oh,
that are all the rage.
yeah. All the kids are doing them these days.
By all the kids, you mean this and Mass Effect 2.
Yes. And this is a much better scanning minigame.
Because it takes about 5 seconds.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked Mass Effect 2, but I will say that scanning minigame was one of the fairly low points.
It could have been done a lot better. Also, there could have been a lot less planets. Like, I don't think I had a problem with the minigame, but since you were doing that same thing a ton of times, like that got old pretty fast. There, that group
Okay,
went
so now
down.
that those are gone, we get to beam down to a station.
Once we get out of red alert, there we go.
I like how it'll basically have you just beam down no matter how far you are from the station.
Yeah, it depends on the mission. Sometimes it will require you to be within a certain distance, and then there are others where the ship will just automatically go into range.
Yeah, they're just streamlining the, hey, you're going to travel there anyway, we're not going to waste your 2 minutes.
Yeah. It's still loading.
I'm still loading. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I've been having some technical issues with this game recently. Not sure why.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's okay.
So we got a bunch of Gorn down here.
Yeah, I'm still using the Ghostbuster gun.
It's still a great gun.
Yep.
It is still effective on everyone.
Actually, it seems more effective on these guys than it did on the actual ghosts. That could just be that these guys are weaker than the ghosts.
Yeah, the all the featured episodes kind of have are kind of overtuned compared to normal missions. And one of even in so as well, one of the things that was super goofy was that up until fairly recently, I would say, relatively, the rewards from the featured episodes tended to be like double that of a normal mission. So if when we complete any of these missions, we are tending to get around 3,000 XP.
Yeah.
Like back when the game first came out, like this mission would have given you like 1,000 XP. So the reward structure was a little wacky.
Yeah, it's true of a lot of MMOs. Like,
Yeah,
I know WoW has basically, every time they do a new expansion, they basically scale down how much XP you need for everything prior.
yep, yeah, because
Which is smart
that's a game
because it
that
means that
knows.
you want to go out and buy the new expansion.
Yeah, because they know that all the people want to be playing at like their game balance is designed to be at the top end. It's not designed to be, they know straight up that getting everything below max level might be a little goofy in terms of balance, but that's okay because it doesn't really matter. It's actually only at the max level that this stuff that the balance actually has any real meaning.
This game seems a bit more casual in that aspect.
Yeah, it is. It is
which
definitely
is fine
more.
for me.
Yeah, it's definitely more casual in terms of how much it cares about the balance. Although at the same time, there are definitely missions where there are definitely missions that are very very difficult.
Yeah.
And do require.
There's a set of, I want to say, Reman missions or Romulan missions, I think were a featured episode later on, and I had a very, very, very hard time with the
Yes, some of
bosses
those.
in
Yes,
that.
some of those are very difficult. Well, even all the featured episodes tended to be much more difficult than the regular content of the time. Like even the Dividian ones the Dividian bosses, like all the Dividian enemies, are way overtuned compared to like what we're fighting right now. All right, well, here's the fellow we were here to try and find.
And a Klingon.
Yep. So we'll just.
With his Batleth.
Yeah, these guys are pretty much the most dangerous of all the Klingon enemies, the sword masters, because swords will.
Hey, it's a blue item.
It's a blue item.
Nice. Can't use it yet, but
Yeah.
I'll just greed because I'm lazy. And
Yeah.
I don't really care if you get it either, but
Yeah.
still always fun to see a blue item drop.
So what is he doing here? Oh, well, the questions that they have sort of basically gives away what's going on. These are Klingons trying to play around with augmentation, trying to redo all the stuff that Scene had done.
Khan!
Like, how do you pronounce that?
Singh. Khan Noonan Singh.
Yeah.
Yes. I just had to do the Khan. It was obligatory.
Of course you did.
I apologize for not being William Shatner.
Yeah. So basically, there is a group of Klingons that is trying to do all that research again, except not make them look terrible.
Yeah, because there was a set of episodes in Enterprise which apparently dealt with Klingons trying to do that, and that's why the original series original series Klingons didn't have the forehead ridges.
Yeah.
It's totally not because makeup back then didn't look anything, wasn't remotely capable of that. At all.
And like this, yeah, Star Trek Online covers why they have it. Well, like we're looking at that set of missions right now.
Yeah.
And there's also like the one episode in Deep Space Nine that does that, which was pretty great.
Oh yeah, Trials and Tribulations.
Yeah.
Where they look at Worf and go, "What happened?" He's like, "We don't talk about it."
Oh well, that's. So
That's,
what?
That's
what
it.
What phase are you on?
It said beam up to ship.
Okay.
Go to Corvette system among the debris.
Okay. Hope. All right.
Did I like glitch out?
No, this looks right.
Okay, good.
Oh well, we'll just fight some more Klingons.
I'll take the Katanga or Katinga.
However they
Pronouncing
pronounce
Klingon, haha. But yeah, it's one of those things that Enterprise decided to do that I'm not sure was necessary personally, but
Well,
they
they
made it
might.
work well enough. So
I mean, one of the things as well is that they might have thought that it was something that they did need to deal with because media that. Uh, I mean, I know that Enterprise wasn't running when Star Trek Online was, but
no, yeah, I'm not blaming Star Trek Online for running with it, but it's more of a thing when back when Enterprise did, I kind of face palmed, but it's it works for describing it in universe, but like at the same time, it'd be like describing why the fights in the Star Wars prequels or the lightsaber fights in the Star Wars prequels look more dynamic than those in the original movies.
yeah. Well, that Klingon thought he was going to ram us, but because he was trapped inside of the asteroid,
Yeah, you can't
uh,
really ram us when you're stuck inside of an asteroid.
yeah. So anyway, we needed to scan his data banks for uh, stuff about the augmentations. And oh, look, we've found another research lab, so you might as well head over there and see what bad things they're up to.
I also find it weird that Klingons who are all about the honor and glory of battle think that, they should cheat nature to be better rather than just be as good as they can.
At the same time, this makes them better.
I
And
guess. I don't know. There's no honor in
uh,
it. Honor, blah blah.
yeah, well, I mean that's why most Klingons stopped doing it, and it's pretty safe to say that not all Klingons believed quite as much into the honor. Like you see a
Yeah.
lot in the shows that don't make a big deal about it.
Mm-hmm.
There are definitely many honorless Klingons.
So now we're flying here slowly.
Yeah. One of the things that on the subject of flying slowly, so one of the things that they are doing in the new expansion is that they are actually adding warp cores as a new equipable item on your ships, and warp cores will actually primarily affect what your sector space speed is, amongst some other things. Like they've got some really nice mechanics on it that they were talking about in
Mm-hmm.
on a blog post in their wiki. If you once you get to the rare and epic versions of warp cores, um, they will do things like if you put a lot of power into uh, one energy type, it will give you a bonus to another energy type, or uh, other ones like you can basically activate the warp core to act as a one of the battery items, so they can bring damaged systems back online or give you a temporary bonus. So in this mission,
We get to play Metal Gear Solid in spaceships.
yeah. So as long as we stay within these nebulas, and like there's basically I don't know if people will be able to see it in the video, but there's basically a thin ribbon. As long as you're following that ribbon, we are considered to be cloaked from their sensors. And you can also tell on your ship because your ship will have the nebula trail and
Mm-hmm.
some sparkly bits
You
because you
might think
can't.
your ship is about to explode, but it's not. You're just hiding.
Yeah, it's quite okay.
And we're trying to sneak up on an asteroid. And we just
Well,
did.
yep. I mean, we could have also just fought our way through, but why
Where's the
bother
fun
going
in
through?
that?
Yeah, why bother going through all that work?
Plus, now if we get caught, we don't cause an intergalactic incident. Or if we don't get caught, we don't cause an intergalactic incident.
And even though we dodge all the Klingons in orbit, we still have to defeat all of them on the ground.
It has decided I need to patch
eh.
a file, so I'll be there whenever it decides to load.
Oof.
Yeah. It's weird.
Yeah. Oh, that whole on-demand patcher was a pretty nice improvement that Cryptic made in the game. Because it's one of the things they did to make the old exploration missions not be utterly broken at times, because it allowed. So I think I mentioned this in a previous video, but
you did.
So the
or
way
you mentioned
the
me
way
at least. I don't know if it was in
yeah
the
the way the exploration missions worked back in the original game was that they basically had something like 3,000 computer generated missions of basically like random maps and random objectives, but in order for them to have basically random missions as you were going through the exploration clusters, but instead of having the game procedurally generate them all, they thought that they would be able to head off like map glitches or such things by just having themselves machine generate them all and make sure that they were all good. The problem, though, is that if they needed to change any of those missions because something broke, they needed to go through all 3,000 missions and then do a full patch to push that change out to every user. So eventually, Cryptic just went, "This is dumb," and made like they still had the 3,000 maps, but they changed it so that maps could actually now be patched on the fly from the server, depending on the mission. So, like another thing that they could then use this for is, in a lot of cases, if you needed to use a map for two different purposes, you needed to make two different versions of the map, one for each mission. So the on-demand patching allows them to actually take the same map and then patch it for whatever mission you're actually going to do. So for example, there is at least, if you go to Vulcan, you can go to Vulcan as part of the mission that we went through at the start of the series, or you can just land on Vulcan by yourself, and there's a few missions on there you can do. If you land on Vulcan when you're doing the introduction mission, that it changes some of the things on that planet. Before the on-demand patching, there was actually a minimum of two different Vulcan maps in the game, just taking up space.
Yeah.
Because of exactly that.
I think there's a few different quote unquote versions of Deep Space Nine too.
Yeah.
Hey, here we go, finally.
Yeah, like there are some maps where there's like 5 or 6 different versions of that exact map, just because there are so many different places that map is actually used in. Yeah. Deep Space Nine is one that has or had a lot of different events that used it. In fact, right now it has a lot of different things that use it. Because
Deep Space Nine's a cool place, I'd want to visit every week.
Yeah.
And did back in 1997.
It is actually a pretty great place. But yeah, like there is a whole featured episode series that centers around Deep Space Nine.
Yes. Alas, we will not get to that till way later.
Way later.
I think it's 45.
I don't think it's quite that late, but it is late.
Yeah, it's in the 40s. I know that much. It's in the Cardassian series.
Yeah, which is still quite a ways away, because Actually, I think it is the one after the one we're doing next, though.
Yeah, but the run of the series is pretty long.
It is.
Takes you into like high 30s at least, I think.
Yeah.
Mid to high 30s. Though I think there's a featured episode series in there too.
There is.
Okay.
And that one's actually a pretty good one as well.
Is that the one that introduced the mission where you basically have to use a shuttle?
Yes. Now there were shuttles usable before this mission.
Yeah, but like there was a specific mission where it's like, hey, you have a shuttle, go use it.
Yeah, like this mission, if you didn't already have a shuttle before this mission, it gave you a free one because you needed a shuttle to complete the mission. But it was the first time that the game straight up required you to have a shuttle. Like you could use shuttles for other missions if you so desired, but they were not required.
And
then
probably they're not exactly ideal for facing actual ships.
No, they're not. They're handy because they do scale to your level automatically. But for obvious reasons,
they're
not
tiny
as
and
good.
will explode if shot at.
Well, actually, they tend to have pretty good health stats. But the fact of the matter is that they also tend to only have like 2 weapon slots and only 1 device slot. Like they only have 1 slot for every piece of gear.
And the free one you get has no crew slots.
Yeah, and all the
I
majority
don't know about
of them.
the pay ones.
The pay ones tend to only have 1 crew slot.
Yeah.
I think at best you will only get 1, and in fact it tends to only be 1 ability because it tends to be a universal ensign slot.
Yeah. Oh, they always did send Wesley Crusher to fly the shuttle.
Yeah.
Actually, I only remember that happening once, but
it tends to. It is mostly just a balancing thing because the shuttle is usable by all ranks. So someone who has a shuttle unlocked from whatever way they have it as an account, like they can fly that shuttle from first level if they so desire.
I would be down with getting a Delta Flyer if it were cheap, but
yeah, that is a pretty
I
pretty
still
good
think
one.
I think they're like $10 still, aren't they? Or so.
That doesn't sound too far off. Okay, there we go.
I'll look because rather than follow you around, I will look. Oh no, it's only $5. Never mind. Okay,
that's not bad. Most of the other shuttles that you can get through the cash shop are shuttles that you get for buying another ship.
Yeah. Isn't one of them the Peregrine fighter from?
Yep.
I
think that's one that you have to get separately though.
There's a runabout too. I know that much.
Yeah.
And I believe there's some kind of like Vulcan shuttle.
Yeah, the Vulcan shuttle you have to buy the Vulcan. You have to buy the Vulcan science vessel to get that one. And the runabout is part of a bundle. And there's another original series style shuttle that's also in a bundle, or was at least at some point.
It'd be amusing if it came with the original series Constitution class.
Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't. Well, actually, maybe.
Go old school.
Yeah, so there's a Deep Space Nine bundle that came with a Type 10 shuttlecraft. If there was an original series bundle that had that ship, it's gone now. Oh, the Yellowstone runabout is purchasable by itself. I can't remember if it was in a bundle.
This Gorn is 20% heavier and 3% stronger. It's also 30% faster. I don't see it being red.
Well, it's That's because it's only 30%, not 3 times.
True. We'll just shoot him anyway.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we've got some augmented Gorn.
Because when you decide to make genetically engineered super soldiers, making them rage-infested lizard men is a great idea.
Yeah, because it's actually it probably is a better idea than Klingons.
So one of the amusing things is the fluff for the Klingon side implies that the Gorn are their scientists.
which is kind of the opposite of what you see them in everything.
Mm-hmm. Whenever we get to the Klingon side, I am totally playing a Gorn.
It sounds good to me. You'll be the science lizard.
I don't know if I'll do science. I'm doing science this time.
Yeah, you are. Because I'm probably going when we reach the Klingon side, I will probably do science there.
Yeah, I might do engineering. I don't know. I'm probably gonna make my Romulan engineer because that's the one I haven't done yet.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Romulans. Oh yeah. Speaking of Sin.
It's Khan's brother or something.
Yeah. And speaking of Romulans, that expansion finally comes out on Tuesday.
Which means next week everything's gonna look different.
Yeah.
The interface, anyway.
Yeah, the new interface looks really nice.
It does.
They specifically did more stuff in it to make it look more Elkarzi.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Cryptic for a while...
I'm just going to repeatedly hit this giant genetically augmented Gorn with my rifle.
That's probably not a good idea.
Probably.
I know that for a while Cryptic well they weren't really opposed to doing an Elcars like a more aligned with the canon Elcars system. They were very clear that Elcars is actually kind of terribly designed in terms of a usability stance. So like they weren't making it a high priority to actually make an Elcars interface. But the new system actually still manages to keep that look while being functional. Oh, and that was kind of
probably heal you too.
Oh, yeah, probably a good idea.
Because I'm willing to bet this genetically engineered Superman isn't going to go quietly.
That was not a very good teleport away that you did.
I know. Couldn't you at least gotten on a ship or something?
You know, we can ask him some questions. Oh, he's apparently working with Bivat. I wonder why he's doing that.
Now, what I'm wondering is, do they explain exactly how this guy's related to Khan?
Not specifically. Yeah, he says here that he only says that he is working on his ideal. Maybe if I just look it up, I will see if there's some more details. Anyway, we have stopped the plot to make the ultimate Klingon, or I guess the ultimate Gorn, which is technically what he was working on.
Well, yeah, that's better. I mean, genetically engineered lizard men are much more imposed than genetically engineered Klingons.
Yeah, like that's probably like the Gorn would probably have been a lot more dangerous.
Oh boy, I need to analyze what I should pick for my reward choice.
Yeah, they've got some pretty nice choices.
My shield. I'm going to take the shield because my current shield is not as good, and I leveled to 20.
Hey, but we will do that one later because we've got one more mission: the Doomsday device.
Oh, this one's cool.
This, yeah. So this mission was also remastered. The original version of it was not that good, but the new version is pretty great, and it also gives you a pretty great weapon. This is,
Alas, is not a Doomsday device that you get.
yeah. That's good though. All right, so
I don't
we
know. I want
need
my
to
Doomsday device. Where do we need to go?
we need to go to the Dania system, which
It's in our
is
sector.
yeah, we need to go like back to Imaja, which is back in the Sirius sector block.
So serious. So to speed this up, I'm gonna zoom to Earth space dock and then go from there because that's right in Sirius.
Actually, yeah, might as well. It's not like I'm gonna need my transwarp anytime soon.
I'm sure nobody watching this wants to watch us just fly for any longer than is necessary.
Yeah, one of the things that the Cryptic has said they're going to do with the introduction of new warp cores is they're also basically changing the way your speed scales in sector space, because as things are, there is a noticeable difference in speed. So the way it works right now is that your maximum warp speed in sector space is based on your rank, not on what your ship class is. If I was flying this ship, or if I was flying my original series Constitution when I was a max level, I would be flying at the max speed that I could. So what they're going to however, while the difference in speed between level 1 and level 50 is noticeable, it's still not a very large difference in speed. Mm-hmm. So what they're going to do is they're going to go and make the difference in the speed significantly larger, so that you do feel like you are traveling through space really fast, especially since space is pretty big now, and considering some of the daily mission things have you go everywhere.
Yeah, it's not like other games where you're moving along the overworld and can get attacked or anything. It's just going places.
Yeah. But like most other MMOs, when you start doing their end game stuff, it's a lot of stuff that's in a much smaller area. Like you don't tend to need to go back to like the starting areas in order to do quests. Like you don't need to tend to go, by those locations unless it is a special event. Whereas in Star Trek Online, the stuff you could do daily is spread out all over the galaxy. Mm-hmm. So having fast move speed is pretty useful, and there is a few sets of items that give your ship a type of mini transwarp capability, so that it does allow you to break the warp 9.99 limit.
Yeah.
It causes your ship to effectively move faster than warp 9, but you are not actually traveling faster than warp 9.
Yeah, and you're not going warp 10 either, because that's
it will speed. It says that you are traveling at like warp 12. But I think the maximum passive speed you can get with all the stuff that you can have is something like
it is an Odyssey. There was a James T. Kirk with a U piloting the USS Enterprise F, and it is in fact an Odyssey class.
Yeah, the Enterprise.
Oh, is it Enterprise?
Yes.
Oh, it is Enterprise F. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that is a terrible knockoff starship.
Of course, there's also the USS Eat Me 2 up here.
Yeah, with Captain Lick.
USS Last Days of May. Okay, now we can start Doomsday Device. Yay.
This is the remastered version of this mission is really cool. It does something that can be kind of annoying though.
You have to
Anyway,
dodge.
oh well, there's that, but I mean something else.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, first, in order to infiltrate where the Doomsday device is being produced, we need to capture ourselves a Klingon ship. Once Mecha gets in here.
Yeah, my loading's kind of slow.
Oh my goodness.
Once, actually, maybe even before Realm Notes comes out, I might just do a complete, like, reinstall of the game in case there's anything messed up in there.
Okay.
Actually, I'll probably wait till after Realm Notes just in case the playing on the test server is what caused this. To, like, thinking I need two sets of files or something like that.
Well, I mean, it does, but that shouldn't affect anything because it should only be looking at whatever your. It should only. So when you install the client for the test realm, it does fully install another client, but that shouldn't affect anything. Like when you run from this client, you are still running the game, and all of its appropriate resources in this one location. Okay, that ship isn't taking any more damage, so.
Yeah, we only have to disable the IKS targ, but I'd shoot the other one. Mostly because I wasn't sure if it counted as part of the escort.
Yeah, and it's just stopped taking damage, so might as well just shoot the ones that are shooting at us.
Hey, look, I'm a helper. I refilled your shields.
Yay!
Because I remembered I could do that today.
Alright, that's the targ disabled.
Just gotta take out this last cruiser. That's it, you silly cruiser. Expose your unshielded ass to me.
There we go.
That sounded a lot dirtier than I was expecting.
Yeah, you would.
Are we just gonna disable the others for kicks?
No. Like, it's not gonna do anything. So it's just stop.
There's no achievement for destroying random defenseless Klingon ships?
I'm pretty sure there isn't. So if you could, there we go.
Yeah, I'm zooming it. Stop. Okay.
Anyway, now we will board the targ and supervise the away team that is taking it over.
By supervise, you mean it's us?
Well, there are other guys on here.
Yeah, we don't get
eventually.
To bring our crew.
Yeah, we don't get to bring our crew over, but there will be more at some point. Like once you get into this mission.
No, at this point it's saying server not responding.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Technical difficulties, everybody.
Stop breaking the game.
Trying not to.
Anyway, there are actually boarding parties that are in here once you get in.
So what's going to be goofy is if we... I forget if we actually use the ship, but if we do, we essentially captured one ship and it produced two.
Yes. Yeah, that is...
See, that's what I'd like to think those other ships in the dock are there for.
Yep, possibly. This is one of the few missions where having multiple captains is actually pretty goofy.
I'll be there eventually.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I know. It's really annoying me.
Yeah, all right. Well, I mean, I already finished securing the deck.
Yeah, go on. I'll catch up.
Well, I mean, I'll hold on for a moment because I wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want the mission to break because
No, I'm
you
good.
haven't gotten in.
Yeah, I'm good.
You're in.
Go
Okay.
to Turbo Lift.
Turbo lift. All right.
Take Turbo Lift to bridge.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and like so, I'll probably just reinstall this before next week. Of course, now there's another loading screen.
So it should have just been a short one because it's kind
It
of on
was.
the same map.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and there goes the captain. I
By Klingon law,
kind
that
of
means
like.
we're the captain now.
Yep. I kind of like and I kind of don't like how the away team parties beam away as soon as they defeat the team that they are.
They've just. Oh.
There is also evidence that Kavok sent a coded message to Federation space. I do not understand why a warrior I have trusted with my life would do this. He tried to explain, but I do not need to listen to the words of a traitor. Let him rot in the brig. Ambassador Babat has ordered me to bring him to the Umaga system for questioning. Kavok will die screaming. It is not an honorable death, but it is the one Kavok deserves.
I now completely forgot what we were talking about before the cutscene that I stopped to watch.
Anyway, we'll go and see this guy who apparently tipped us off about this whole operation.
Maybe he just realizes that Doomsday devices are bad.
Doomsday devices are really bad.
This ain't Star Wars, kiddies. Don't build super lasers.
Anyway, yeah, you can ask him a bunch of things.
Everything.
Bavat has knowledge of the future? So this actually, one of the things that they remastered this mission for is actually to make Bavat part of it, in order to make the next set of missions have a slight bit more meaning, because we will see when we get to them. But anyway,
Yeah, this ties kind of into the Enterprise temporal Cold War thing that I never really understood or watched enough of the show to see how it resolved.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so we need to head back up to the bridge and then start repairing the ship so we can use it to destroy the Doomsday device.
after turning into two ships.
Yep, because we are that good. Oh yeah, it's over there.
It is right in the ready room.
Yeah.
Are you seeing me or you?
I'm seeing me.
Okay.
Did you see you?
I see me.
Okay, that's
I
good.
was just wondering. I do wonder where Cryptic gets their voices.
I'm pretty sure the majority of them are employees.
Yeah, because I'm not hearing. You know, I'll wait till after this is talking. But yeah, I'm not hearing usual like video game voices. Like I'm not hearing Steve Bloom or Nolan North or anything.
Yeah.
So, now we have to fix the ship.
Anyway, so there are class-specific objectives here. So you are actually going to go down to sickbay and fix it up.
I'm a
I'm
doctor.
Yep. And I'm going to go down to engineering and fix up the engines.
The spleen goes in the left leg, right?
Something like that. You are smart.
I am smart. Hey, it's a cat person.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
a
cat
bunch of
person
them all over
doctor.
the place.
This isn't Tor. They're not adding cat people. Well, they did add cat people.
Yeah, yeah. This game already had cat people before Tor did.
Shh. Okay. Do I need...
Huh. But I need to head up to sickbay and pick up a new part. For some reason, this device that I need is in sickbay. I don't know why, but whatever.
I'm trying to find who to actually talk to. Oh, I think I see what's happening.
Oh, what's that?
I'm
What did you break this time?
not sure what I broke because it's. I'm not seeing anything to interact with. Is the main thing.
Oh,
So I'm
You
wondering
sure?
if, yeah, but I'm not seeing the objective to fix sick bay anymore either. So I'm wondering if yours like superseded it.
no, it should allow all of us to do them independently. Like, what did you do?
I didn't. I walked down here and there's like, I don't see anything I can talk to or interact with.
Well, what does your objective currently say?
Install replacement parts.
Oh,
Like I said, I don't
huh.
have the objective to fix sick bay anymore. So I'm wondering
Oh,
if yours like overrode it.
might
It's not a
have.
big deal because it probably still just progressed the mission.
Oh yeah, it does. You only need to do one of them, but it's supposed to allow you to do all. So there's three of them, one for each career. And
Yeah.
it's supposed to allow you to do all three.
Well, I'll let you finish up yours and see if it brings it back.
Yeah. All right, where do they want this to go?
Probably back in the engine room.
Yeah, just trying to find where because the mission point is a little busted.
Actually, it's saying on the map that install replacement part is a completely different room from where you are.
Hmm.
Whether the map is lying, I don't know.
No, that doesn't seem quite right. But
Well, yeah, it's saying it wants it on the bridge.
let's head up to the bridge. Oh, well, maybe.
Okay, so
All right.
yeah, I'm
Do you
not
see?
seeing. Yeah, I'm not seeing the
Hmm.
sick bay thing anymore.
All right. Well, that might have just broke.
Oh well, we can still finish.
Oh.
We can still do it.
Yeah, we can. You can at least still do this.
Now, oddly, I do still see run diagnostic, which is the.
Yeah. Oh well.
I think I have a solution to our problem. We need to land on the planet to take control of the energy drain, but you would be noticed instantly. I've replicated a holo-emitter used by our intelligence services. It will change your appearance and voice to that of a Klingon warrior. I have enough devices for you with this small away team. Go ahead, try it out.
We're gonna pretend to be Klingons.
Yay.
Holo-emitter on for now. Get used to it.
Manzil to boarding parties. The captain is using a holographic disguise. If you see a Klingon moving toward the bridge, do not fire. Repeat, do not fire.
Hey, red shirts, don't shoot us.
Yeah, like that would not be good.
Return to
Please.
the bridge. I'm on the bridge, so sure.
Okay. Hail your ship.
Okay, now we get to go to Imaga.
Yeah. We need to take care of an energy drain system. And then... Okay, yep, so the cool thing about this mission is that it replaces your ship with a Klingon bird of prey. But the problem, however, is that it kind of breaks that stuff a little bit.
That's okay.
So,
We
like,
can be
one of the...
Klingons for one mission.
I mean, the problem is kind of that... as I rearrange all my stuff again, because... Right, yep, there we
When
go.
this baby hits warp 8.8, you're going to see some serious shit.
Right, there we go. So now...
Wait, that was last week. Never mind.
Yeah. Now we need to scan something over here.
Probably this large space
Distortion
generator.
Distortion generator, yep.
Oops, they're onto us.
Whoops.
Now we have to fly like, play like we're in escorts. Which isn't anything new for you, but...
Yeah, it's about the same for me. But not just any escorts. Like this is basically Tier 1 Klingon escorts. One of the nice things about the Klingon birds of prey, if you play on the Klingon side, is that for the most part, their crew slots are all universal, so you have a lot of flexibility as to how you want to build your ship.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's going to change with the expansion or not.
It's probably going to stay about the same. In fact, they specifically called it out on a new. There was a new blog post just the other day about the two new low-level C-store ships that they're adding to fill out the gaps.
Minimal damage, Captain.
And they specifically mentioned that the birds of prey are designed to have primarily universal stations for a lot of flexibility.
Yeah, the Romulan ships seem to be science heavy, from what I've seen.
For the most part, like the Romulan ships are kind of weird because they are designed as like they look and play a lot like cruisers, but they tend to play like escorts.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of a weird mix. Like it's really funny.
From what I gather, the first like 4 are escort-ish, and then when you get the warbird that was in TNG with the weird name that I can't pronounce, like Daedalus or something like that.
Yeah, the Daedalus.
That one seems to be like cruiser.
Once you get to Tier 5 in Romulans, like it opens up quite a lot. Like even one of the Tier 5 ships is just a Tier 5 version of the ship you started with.
Yeah.
So if you like having a original series style Romulan warbird, you can still do that at max level.
I like that as far as the story goes, you literally are. This is a minor spoiler, but whatever. As far as the story goes for that, you literally are flying like 100-year-old ship. It's not like the TOS Constitution or anything where it's like, oh, they refit it. No, you literally are flying a ship that is like 100 years old.
Oh, one of the other nice things that's nice about these Klingon birds of prey is that they are one of the few ships that make use of the technology that Cryptic added to have the wings fold, which was something that they first did with the Intrepid for kind of obvious reasons.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice though.
It looks pretty nice, man. The Intrepid is one of the canon ships that does it. But it's hard work on the animators, so a lot of the ships that logically would have movable pylons don't just yet. But they have been doing pretty good at going back and adding it to ships where it matters. And there's also an option, like if you don't like having the pylons move up and down depending on whether you're in combat or not, or warping out or not, you can actually go into the settings and just turn it off. Anyway, we've uploaded the viruses to these generators, so now we're going to land on the planet, run around for a little bit, and turn off the energy drain.
Kill ourselves a Doomsday weapon.
Yeah, then we can go and destroy the Doomsday weapon. So because we are disguised as Klingons, the enemies will actually not attack us unless we provoke them. But there are some enemies that will actually notice us anyway. You know, just as you would expect from something like this.
I'll be there in due time. I wonder if I accidentally hit a setting to save hard drive space by not loading everything or something.
Maybe. Like there on the launcher, there is actually an option to download, to force them to download all the maps. You might want to
I will
try
do
installing
that next time, because I have hard drive space to spare. Do. Well, like I said, you can just go ahead and I'll catch up. I won't provoke anyone, I promise.
You sure?
Well, it's Klingons, insulting them shouldn't be really provoking them.
I mean, you won't get attacked by normal Klingons here anyway. It's you only need to worry about getting too close to the Targs.
They can smell your human, or in this case, Pakled, Ferengi, Bajoran, Vulcan.
This part of the mission,
sent.
Yeah, this map still existed in the original version of this mission, but the way the mission went is dramatically different. You were still shutting down an energy field, but you also needed to destroy. Well, no, you weren't destroying. You were stealing some of the prototype torpedoes that you blew up in a previous mission.
Oh yeah, I remember those. Okay, here we are.
Oh, jeez. Finally.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we were in a mushroom biome.
Yeah, this is one weird planet. Anyway, just run on up. You aren't gonna need to worry about Targs until you get up to the top of the hill.
Yeah. Hello, fellow Klingons. I am completely normal.
And I will probably have the Alpha console taken care of.
Yeah, you apparently have the Beta console taken care of.
Oh yeah, I've found it. Oh, and I provoked him into a fight.
Whoops! Did you insult his mother?
Something like that. I think if I had more, if I actually had ranks in diplomacy, I probably could have told him to stand down and not have to fight him. But whatever. That is not the
Okay.
Klingon way.
Okay, really, did you just do this entire thing? So
Whoa.
return to landing site. Did you get that?
Oh, yeah. Okay. Weird.
Okay, so fine, run back to the landing site.
Okay.
I was already near.
All right. So, yep. That's kind of weird because you are actually supposed to do both consoles. But apparently something might have broken just a little bit.
Maybe. Uh-oh. They're onto me.
Oh, what did you do?
I don't know. Shoot him. Shoot him and his little dogs too.
Oh, well, there's your problem. Don't run so close to the dogs. Jeez.
I was running on the side of the road. And I kind of am dying. Get me up, Greemole. I apparently have a companion named Greemole.
Okay.
I think she's also a Packlid.
Just might be. And of course, those two warriors right there, they just don't care.
Well, they probably just assume it was a normal Klingon bar fight.
Yeah, maybe. Anyway, we'll just continue running down to the ship.
Yes, we didn't beam down, we landed because Klingons realize that can be handy sometimes.
Yeah.
Like we need to save whales.
Oh dear.
Actually, seeing it landed like this in this distance is actually very... it shows off how very detailed it is. Very nice.
Yeah. That is actually a really, really nice model. But look, we got an old friend here.
Hi, Bavat. How's it
He's got a
going?
typo in his name. Oh well.
Bavat. It's his older brother. Original character, do not steal.
The Doomsday machine will destroy them. It will create glorious, endless war and strife. And it is all possible because of you. Your naivete has been a great help to me. Thank you.
Can we shoot him now?
Yeah, just in a moment.
He's monologuing. We should just kind of shoot him.
Yeah.
Problem solved.
Oh, but that is not honorable.
We're not Klingons.
Fair enough.
Are you strong enough to fight your own weapon? I have destroyed the device controlling the planet killer. No one is safe.
This isn't over. Warriors, attack!
That dude on the left looks like a Sith.
Maybe he is.
Star Wars, Star Trek crossover time.
Oh no.
You're being shot at. Let's fix that.
Yeah.
Okay, or I can,
Whoops.
die. Ow, that hurt a lot.
Yeah, the
I noticed
Swordmasters.
The AI tends to focus on players too. Over the.
Yeah, maybe. So, one of the problems is that, so why the Swordmasters are a big deal, why they're so dangerous, is because melee weapons bypass shields.
Mhm.
So they are
Makes them great
really
for
dangerous.
fighting the Borg later on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Anyway, so now, okay, you actually did transition.
Yes.
With
yeah,
me?
Going back to space is fine. It's just loading planets is what seems to be slow. So.
Anyway, so we need to go to the nav marker.
Okay, what now?
then do a long-range scan as the weapon destroys a planet.
I think that's a moon.
That's no moon. That's a hunk of junk.
Whoops. Yeah, this thing's actually from an original series episode, too.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, they didn't actually destroy it. They, like, BS'd it into flying off into nowhere or something like that.
Captain, there's an unauthorized shuttle launch. It's Kavok. Hail coming in, sir. I'll put it on the main screen.
Stay where you are, Captain. I'll handle this.
In a shuttle.
Kavok, turn that shuttle around. You'll be killed.
My life is of no consequence.
Oh boy, I just remember what happens in this mission.
No,
Yeah.
let's do this. Destroying this abomination is the only way to redeem myself. Farewell, Captain.
You're not going to do it in a shuttle.
Okay, this is actually a bit better than I remember it.
Yeah. But this scene takes
I-
a little longer than it really should, though.
Well, I remember originally doing it, they didn't have this kind of background music, so it was just him singing weirdly.
Yeah, like a shuttle was going to really do anything.
I think he took out its eye field, so we can now shoot it.
Significant damage to the Doomsday machine, sir.
Goodbye, Slugger Law.
Still active.
You will be missed?
Torpedoes. They might be enough to finish the job. The machine's hull is solid neutronium, so targeting it won't help. We'll need to fly in front of the Doomsday machine and launch the torpedoes down that thing's throat. The fleet will be here to help distract it, but we need to be careful. If we're in front of it when it fires its anti-proton beam, we won't fare any better than that moon did.
Video game boss fight logic. Hit the big glowy thing.
Yeah. So in the original version of this mission, the Harpang torpedoes were a device instead of an actual weapon. You still needed to shoot it into the Doomsday device head on, but the difference was that the core of the moon contained some weird element that was needed to actually activate the torpedoes. So you would have like 3 or 4 shots, and you have to fly back to the moon, grab more of that element, and
That
then
just sounds annoying.
yeah, and then do it
So
again.
I'm gonna get away from that thing.
Yeah.
So it looks like it's about to fire. Whoa!
Yep.
Okay.
But one of the things about the about when it was a device was that the Harpang torpedoes did something like 25% damage when you actually did manage to get one to connect into the mouth of the Doomsday device. Now, with this mission though, the torpedoes are only doing about 10% damage. I think you aren't quite hitting it dead on enough.
I'm not. I keep basically chickening out because I think it's about to fire. So, but since it just fired, we should be good now.
Yeah, because being hit by that beam hurts.
Being hit by that beam kills you.
Yep. Well, it won't kill you, but it...
I thought it was an instant kill actually, but
No,
maybe
it
wrong.
just deals a shit ton of damage. Like, I was hit for about 8,000 damage. I still survived, but no, that's a lot of HPs.
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss it from there. Oh, hey, the Klingons are actually kind of killing me. Whoops.
Oh,
And yep, I exploded. In a tragic turn of events, I apparently didn't have my bridge officers equipped on this.
I've got mine equipped, but their powers aren't active. Well, hopefully that won't cause any problems.
Well, here, since I'm out of combat because I exploded. Of course, we only have 3 instant tactical stations anyway, so I'm not really doing much.
Well, I mean, it's 3 ensign any station.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't have their powers either, so. Or yeah, so I'm gonna say 3 ensign universal stations. But yeah, I don't have their powers active either, so it's not just you.
Yeah. Okay. So something weird is going on.
It's down to 20%.
Yeah, we just need 2 more torpedoes.
1 more torpedo.
Alright, well here, I'll come on in.
If it doesn't work, we'll have to get Dennis Quaid to ram it with a F-18. Oh, okay, it worked. Never mind.
Yeah, we blew up the Doomsday device. So another nice bonus of the Harpang torpedoes, which you actually get to use as a, which you can actually choose as a quest reward from this.
Hang on, I want to see something.
What's that?
Oh, it doesn't let you put them into your inventory.
Yeah.
Sad.
You can't. Oh, and also, the Klingons are asking very nicely for their ship back.
No, mine.
Oh, okay.
Mine.
If you want to cause an intergalactic incident, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Look, they built a Doomsday machine, and we're going to use it. They owe us. I think a piddly-ass bird of prey is the least we can ask for.
Anyway, so the one of the quest rewards you can choose from this is actually the Harpang torpedoes, and oh my goodness, like none of these science bridge officers that they keep giving me come with any of the heals. Anyway, so the Harpang torpedo launcher. What it is it starts off being a kind of generic photon torpedo, but what happens is that it puts a debuff on the enemy, where if the debuff is not cleansed within a few seconds, it will explode for even more damage. Mm-hmm. So it's actually pretty useful.
And I'm now level 21.
Yay! So
I'm slightly ahead of you.
Yeah. Well, whatever.
Yes. But yeah, I chose the torpedoes because everything else was green armor, so whatever.
Yeah. So we will call that for today, but next week we will pick up our new ships and then hopefully finish off the last 2 missions of the Klingon War story arc.
Yes, there are in fact only 2.
Yeah. Which will have us finish off the last of the plot threads that are going on in this arc as well, because there are too many plot threads.
Just a little.
Just a few.
Look, it's not J.J. Abrams. Referring to Lost, not to Star Trek 2009, because that didn't really have that confusing of a plot.
No, that was a pretty straightforward plot.
Yeah. Okay, bye everybody.
Bye.